Yeah, I would say, Rudy, you have a good intuition, and that's going in the direction. If I'm thinking about jobs I had in the past as an engineer many years ago, it was actually quite bad sometimes. So that like if somebody has really the strengths of like, uh, and usually it's like one, person taking care about the infrastructure and like 10 engineers, and they are basically dependent completely. Yeah, so it's not like two way. Actually, it is kind of two ways, but in the organizations where I worked, it was not like that. So the engineers was really dependent on the infrastructure person, and this gave really, I worked in an environment where I could say, yeah, this was like almost actually hostile work environment, because that, like, the person really could in meetings say swear like actually like 10 people, and like, team swear words, like nobody would like, because this person knew a lot of stuff, and like exactly was like 10 years in the firm and stuff, and they could like basically, if you have like personality that is like a little bit, let's say, yeah, I am in charge, ha 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 ha. It can go pretty like in a problematic direction. Whereas if you're like just an engineer among 10 people, if you're like a bit, let's say, I mean, just have a big ego, yeah, then it's like you are kind of contained. You have like 10 people, and it's like, the person who like behaves a little bit different, yeah, then it is like contained. But if you have the like infrastructure person, there's like no content. Like the CEO is like a business person. They don't know like, oh, but we need that person, I guess. I don't know. And then the team lead is really like, yeah, but like who else? Like if this person leaves, we don't know what we're gonna do. It was exactly like that, and in one of the firms, it was like that. So basically, it's amplified, right? So if the person is like that, you will have big problems. And I had the other situation too, like where it's like the nicest person ever, and you could really like work with them, and it's basically like an like. So if you don't check for the like, okay, is this person actually fitting in working with humans, then you will either have huge problems, or I mean, a big benefit, right? So it's definitely, I think, a position where you need to check even more for that. Everybody says, yeah, we check for the like, the really like, is the person actually good to work with? But here you have to extra look for that, I guess. And it's harder because like people usually like, but we need like Kubernetes to stay with the example. And this person clearly is a Kubernetes expert. So just hire the person, I guess. And then it should be actually more balanced.